Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome to my new video. This will be Barbarian leveling build and guide I'll be using for the expansion Vessel of Hatred for Season 6 Diablo 4. I did have access to the server, the press server, for over a week before the expansion actual release, so I will have all the guides and builds ready for you. I have Spirit Reborn leveling guide. I will cover the new content coming in the expansion as well, what to do, what to focus on. If you have any suggestions, hit me up in the comment section, because I'm let me know what you would want to see after the launch as well, what should I prep for and whatnot. But anyway, this is Hammer of the Ancients. Now you can see me play on normal. That's because it is not worth to go for hard. Normal is by far still the most efficient, because the difficulty changes between normal, hard, and so forth is pretty drastic. And this build, I have no doubt, would be still very good in hard. It'd still be pretty damn good and fast. But as just normal just cuts it better. So this is a Nightmare Dungeon. They don't have tiers anymore. It's just a sigil like that you just craft. It can be any dungeon on the map. Same thing with Horde. Infernal Horde is no more tiers either. It's just a different in waves. So I'm using Hammer of the Ancients, Walking Arsenal. I use Bash as the generator and Hammer of the Ancients as a spender. I also use Mighty Throw, the new Barbarian weapon, skill that we have in this expansion. It is extremely good. I like it as utility skill. And then of course using Charge for mobility, but also for AoE. With the aspect that calls for Ancients, it's very good. And there's also another aspect for Charge where the mobs explode if you kill them within 2 seconds when you charge them. This is pretty insane for AoE. It's all you need. Double Shouts, one for Unstoppable Rallying Cry, also for the Resource, and War Cry for triggering, berserking, plus the damage increase. Overall, amazing stuff. You can see the barrier proc that's from the Mighty Throw. You will see basically what it does. You throw it on the ground for 4 seconds. Each second it will deal a tick damage over time. And while the weapon is out on the ground, you will get 25% increased attack speed. And you will also get barrier for like, I think 5% max HP every tick, every second. So that's pretty damn cool. There is also an aspect where you can make it so it has extra charge. It's called Weapon Mastery aspect. That's what we're running as well. Now this build is not fully decked out because there was a big problem farming mats on the server, which won't be the problem for release. So I couldn't get everything up. The affixes on items are not perfect, are not that great, so it is what it is, but still pretty damn powerful. Very excited for this setup because Hammer of the Ancients has amazing aspect where it quakes, aka does AoE round, and if it's on 2-ender, it does 40% more damage. If it's on boss, it's doubled, so it's 80% more damage, so that's very good. Combined with Charge, amazing stuff. Now the problem with Charge on the single target is it has a problem with the hitbox on single targets. So what you gotta do is aim in front of the boss, not on the boss, on the body, but in front, slightly in front, and then you will be able to hit the target with the Charge fully. But as you can see, just smashing through. You're also making targets vulnerable thanks to our Mighty Throw, the Weapon Mastery skill. So yeah, very cool. Once I would get more crit chance, since this is a leveling build, so stats are nowhere good and whatnot, max endgame build. But once I would get crit chance, I would probably swap Bash to 2-ender and get into guaranteed overpowers. I also have banned upgraded Hota here, Hammer of the Ancients, because I would probably go for the Crit Strike instead of overpowering. But yeah, this is just the boss. I hate this snake, man. Back in the seasons, it had more armor than other bosses or HP. I think that's still the case, but yeah, I should have saved here the Shout for Unstoppable for the stuns. But yeah, overall, good stuff. And I'll take you in the planner and we can talk about some of the good stuff over here. So starting first, well, let's go over the gear. We get Aspect of Might for damage reduction thanks to our Bash. So this is very good damage reduction and very needed. Next up, we got Aspect of Audacity. This is very good for control and overall CC on the mobs. I'm a big fan of this one as well. On the gloves, we got Edge Masters. I believe I did not have it here because I think I had like 2 slots not used at all for the what's it called, for aspects, because I did not have enough materials to imprint that on. Weapon Mastery for extra charge on Mighty Throw, and it will also stun the targets. Amazing stuff. Aspect of Slaughter here, increase movement speed permanent, and once you get that take damage, you will lose it for 2 seconds if you have max throw, which is fine. Aspect of Ancestral Force, this is for the Hammer of the Ancients, like I was talking about. Very good stuff. The numbers and everything might be a bit different because the version we were playing on was actually 1 patch behind full release. So if this video will basically go out after the dev stream that will happen October 2nd. So if there's any changes, I'll keep this build updated because I can put notes in here. So don't worry, I'll have it all. Okay, I'll have it all. But going back on that 200, we get intercom. I just rolled this as a drop from on the weapons. So I just went with it. Extra increased damage. We don't really stay in place so much, so this is not full usability, but it's all right. Roller aspect, my favorite for charge. Making enemies just, you know, explode for damage. Does a lot of damage. And overall, charge early on has insane damage itself as a base. Rapid aspect for attack speed for the bash for generation. We get extra generation from shouts as well. Now, the new aspect for mighty throw makes it so it splits into another 2 weapons and it does increase damage, so the AoE coverage with this aspect is insane. Ancestral charge on the amulets, so you make a line with the ancients and just great for AoE. And also if they impact, the mobs also explode, so the combination of charge is insane. There's also a new aspect for charge where it gets additional charge and it makes also fire damage on impact, not upon kill like our brawler here, but upon impact. I was unable to get that. I didn't have access to that one sadly, but something I would totally get as well on the gear, probably instead of rapid even, or intercom. Now when you get access to runes, I can really recommend, especially early on, or in general, I would probably convert this build into either full overpower build or a earthquake build with the force of nature paragon board. It depends how much they nerfed it, because I believe there's gonna be some changes to it. By now, by the time you watch this video, you'll already know. But this rune is extremely good. Early on, it does so much damage. Obviously, it scales off worse later on in the end game, but early on, this is amazing. So up until Torment 1, I believe, is just very good, or Torment 2 even. So I recommend linking anything to it, probably ultimate skill. Since these are magic runes, so these are gonna be easy to get, I would say. So that's what I put here. And with the ultimate skill, I'll probably transfer to Call of the Ancients instead of one of the skills. Maybe instead of Rallying Cry, since we have Unstoppable from charge, but we'll see about that. I'll keep this updated as well once I roll with the Barb, right? Technique, the classic 200x. Early on, I actually went with 200 sword because that bleed scales pretty good, or it just does good damage with mobs. But once I get access to Mighty Throw, and the passive where Web Mastery makes our enemies vulnerable, I just went with that. The skill tree is as follows. I went with Bash, Extra Fury on the Battle Bash right here. Once I will get more crit chance, I would switch to Combat and go with Overpower. So Hammer of the Ancients, Extra Fury gain from all sources, especially the ring aspect. You could totally go for Furious early on for the crit chance. Or, you know, random overpowers. It's up to you. I'll probably go with Furious. Next up, we got a more generation from Bash, the basic skill right here. Another one up top, we got Rallying Cry for the Result generation. The classic damage reductions and HP. I did not have these passives in the footage because I was not full level. I was level 50, max level 60. So this planner right here has all the skill points where I would put them until level 60. Belligerent's new passive, amazing damage increase from Bash. Next up, Warcry. This is Berserking trigger, damage increase. That's why we go with Booming Voice and Raid Leader because we have 2 shouts. Movement speed for mobility. You will need it while leveling. Charge. I'll probably put some points in charge from War Cooldown reduction. Since this one got butchered and nerfed, it's gonna, you know, it doesn't have as much cooldown reduction as before. Extra damage reduction while Berserking. Battle Fervor as well. Once you use charge, you should probably like rotate these 2 skills for Berserk uptime. Next up, we got Pit Fighter for damage increase and damage reduction and expose vulnerability to apply vulnerable on the target. Thanks to our new ability Weapon Throw, Mighty Throw. So as you can see, it has initial hit for 60% and then the weapon pulses and deals 20% as dot for 4 seconds each second. So attack speed increase while the weapon is thrown out, and then we go with the barrier if you swap weapons while it's thrown out. That's why we have Vulcan Arsenal, we have activated this non-stop, right? Because we go with back and forth with Bash and Hota almost. Counter-offensive for more damage increase because Bash is our fortified generator. We got even more Fury generation of Furious Impulse. I don't think this is needed. Once again, I did not have this passive in my footage and it was no problem, so probably not need that. I would put these 3 points maybe in maxing out Warcry or actually Charge. I would put them in Charge. I will change this after this video. Ballop for damage increase with Hammer of the Ancients, and we go with Vulcan Arsenal. Even after the nerf, this is still one of my favorite builds, or in general, like setups for leveling. This could also be good for endgame. I do have a video with Hammer of the Ancients Vulcan Arsenal from PTR, hitting up almost the max pit tier. The max was pit tier 100 in Season 6 PTR, but I hit like 97, I think, so it will be in the right upper corner. I'm not sure if they will keep tier 100 for the launch. They might increase it or decrease. We'll see about that. But yeah, this was pretty much the setup. Once again, if anything changes, I will put up the notes in this planner and whatnot. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up in Discord or in the comments here in the video. I also stream every day on Twitch and YouTube. You can check me out. The links will be there in the pinned comments. But yeah, until then, you guys have a great one. Have a great start for the season and whatnot. And let me know once again, what would you like to see as videos? All right? Have a good one. Until next time, peace.